Hey sis, good morning. I am taking you all on a ride with me. I wanted to explain something. Like right now, you see all this snow and you see the slush and you see possibly what could be a bad situation. I want to help you all this morning by letting you all know you've got to see the beauty in the storm. You've got to see the beauty in the storm. Although there could be accidents on this road and there have been cars to slide off the side of this road and people can't get out and go to work, or it puts you behind on going to work because you've got to clean your car out and everything like that. Well, in life there are inconveniences that happen in your life. There are things that happen, such as you may lose a job, and you lose that job so you can't pay your bills the way you thought that you were going to be able to pay them, or you lose a relationship, or you were married and you went through a divorce and now you don't really trust and you don't understand the whole situation. And there'll be those slides. You'll rear off sometimes, but you've got to know that God is in control. Because although you lost a job, or you may have lost a spouse, or you might have lost your home and things like that, God can restore. One thing that I want to share with you all this morning also is after leaving my ex-husband, God told me that he would restore. And I had plenty of people ask me, Donna, why didn't you fight for the house? You did this to the house, you did that to the house. Well, I felt some kind of way when I left the house, but I also knew that God said he would restore. And I just had to trust that what he said is true. So I leaned on that. I can say honestly today that my life is not like I thought it would be, because I'm doing better, and I'm not missing that house a bit now because I do have what I want. I live where I want to live. And again, although this life may look like a storm or it looks a mess, I just want you all to hold on to what God has told you. And things that you have lost, some of those things you lost for a reason. Some things we lose because God's trying to get our attention. And if those things stay in our lives, then we won't be able to hear the Lord as clear. Because I know for myself that I was able to hear the Lord more before I got married. And once I got married, this person started to tell me he didn't want me to travel. He started to try to block what my calling was. So I let him block those callings because I didn't go anywhere. I started to stay home because I didn't want to upset him. And my life began to look a lot like this road. It began to look a mess. My vision wasn't clear. If you look straight ahead, I can only see so far ahead of me. My vision was not clear anymore. I knew what God had told me. I knew the route that I was on before getting married. So what was allowed to happen in my marriage to end my marriage, it actually was a good thing. Because now I'm able to hear, and people always say, well, how do you know that it's God? How do you know that you hear him? Well, I know that I hear because I have a relationship with Christ. And if you hear somebody all the time or you listen to them, you know their voice. That's how I know that it's God. I hear his voice and I know his voice. Like if one of my kids were talking to me from a distance, I may not be able to see them, but I know their voice. And I am a child of God, so I know when he's speaking to me because I've heard his voice several times before, and I also spend a lot of time with him. So if you spend a lot of time with somebody, you get familiar with their voice and you know who they are. So today, I just want to encourage you all, in the storm, in the mess, in the rain, the sleet, and everything else in your life, keep focused. Know that God is God, and know that he's in control of everything. I love you, sis.